It's been a long time, but finally Lucille Teasdale is back where she belongs. After months of medical treatment, she's home, and it's a celebration. The women had worried they'd never see their doctor again. Now they will look after her. They've brought her a sign of good luck, a branch from a sacred tree. Lucille needs it. 9 years ago, she found out she had AIDS. At 65, each day is a gift. They are midwives and village nurses. For 33 years, Lucille has healed them and trained them here on the plains of northern Uganda. This is the center of Africa. It's also been the center of events which the people here recall with horror. Lucille is from Montreal, but home is the hospital she's built together with her husband near the small town of Gulu. Like them, it's part Africa, part Europe, part Canada. Doctors say it's the best hospital in Central Africa. In Uganda's years of despair, even the healthy people came here for protection. They called it the Hospital of Hope. These are among the most vulnerable people in the world. Lucille has given 14 hours a day for more than 30 years. This is not a job.
I thought that medicine is not a profession. Medicine should be a vocation. It should be a way to dedicate ourselves to the people, not like any other profession, not like any other job. So if you do that, why not do this for those who are more in need?
Lucille is here to share this man's dream. Piero Corti moved here from Italy because he had a pact with God. He's obsessed by his cause.
Listen, I'm still waiting the list. I'm still waiting the list of the instruments. A new instrument sister gave to you. Eh? Yeah. What about in 1 month's time or two? It takes 1 month or two to write four lines. You tell her tomorrow I want it. That's okay? All right.
Piero has had 2 heart attacks. At 69, he too takes every new day as a gift. He lives for Lucille and to ensure that their legacy will last. The pulse of St. Mary's Hospital can be felt here. The courtyard is waiting room and living quarters for family members because no patient comes alone. Relatives bring their own supplies and stay for weeks if needed. They do the laundry and cook the patient's food. Doing the rounds, too, is an African affair. Teaching has been as important as healing since Piero and Lucille arrived. They have trained dozens of interns from Uganda's only university. There are 15 working here now.
Yes, this.
One doctor in particular has become close. Dr. Matthew Lequia has been here for 12 years because, he says, of the way the hospital has always worked.
It put the patient first. I mean, you have other things, your needs and so on, but the patient was first. So whatever you do, you are doing for the patient. And I think that tradition is what has kept a hospital to follow a certain line.
People have lived on this plain since the beginning of humanity. Life moves with the sun and the seasons. At the hospital, the ritual is a different one. 8 in the morning, breakfast, and the BBC. The shortwave is Piero and Lucille's window on the world. In Gulu, there's no TV, phone service is fragile, and the city is a day's drive away. There's maple syrup with the fruit, but this is a different universe from the Montreal of 1929, where Lucille was born. It was the beginning of the Depression, and the songs of La Bolduc kindled the hopes of the East End neighborhood. But the Teasdales were a privileged family, with a chalet on the river and ambitions for their children. At the age of 8, Lucille was sent to boarding school. There, at the age of 12, she had already decided she wanted to be a doctor in a poor country. But Lucille was a headstrong girl who often got into trouble with the nuns. She had her little sister Lise worried.
Moi, j'ai été au pensionnat avec elle, là, puis c'était une tête forte qu'on l'appelait, puis elle était presque mise dehors du pensionnat. Les bonnes sœurs, elle s'est sauvée du pensionnat, puis c'était un mouton noir. Et parce que quand elle voulait quelque chose, qu'elle disait que le dimanche, elle voulait sortir, elle voulait sortir.
Lucille got past the nuns. She went on to medical school and became an intern at Montreal's Saint-Justin Children's Hospital. She was set on becoming a surgeon, but medicine was a man's world, nowhere more so than in the operating room. It was there she first met a handsome young doctor from Milan, Italy.
You know, it's a long time ago, 1955.
Piero Corti was in Montreal to specialize.
I remember about other interns and doctors talking about Lucille. Lucille has decided to start in surgery, take the surgical specialty. Everybody was a bit, upset. At that time, it was not common for a woman like that. But particularly so with Lucille because she was a really nice girl.
But the attractive young woman that had caught his eye was also stubbornly determined. She completed her surgical training, but when she applied for work, she wrote to 20 hospitals, she was turned down flat. No one wanted a woman surgeon. There was one other woman doctor at Saint-Justin at the time. As an immigrant from Europe, Gloria Jalillo had fought a battle to have her diploma accepted. Now she watched Lucille fight a different kind of battle and stir certain sentiments in the hospital corridors.
Envy. She was a very good resident. She was ready to work long hours, even at that time, and she never refused to help somebody, I mean patient or colleague. And seeing that a woman can, to a certain extent, be as good as a man could evoke in some people a kind of reaction which is not very positive.